budgeting, tracking my expenses, saving money? What is that? That was Queenie of the past, and I am Queenie of the present. And in this video, I'm going to go through my complete money management system, including all of the bank accounts that I have, how I manage my money when I get paid, and all of the apps and tools that I use to ensure that I'm spending correctly each month so that I can comfortably save and invest without tracking any of my expenses through a spreadsheet. No spreadsheets? Yes, that's right, no spreadsheets. So if you'd like to learn some tips and tricks and tools that I'm using to manage my personal finances, make sure you keep watching this video. So for my personal bank accounts, I currently have 3 different bank accounts. And these are my pay account, my save account, and my offset account. So let's first talk about my pay account. For my pay account, I don't actually use this one that much. This is just the account where my salary goes into each month. And since I do have a credit card, I use my credit card for all of my everyday transactions because I do like to use rewards points for my credit card, and I do like to redeem it for things like free travel, even though we can't travel now, very sadly. And this is also the account I use whenever I do need to make any transactions into my credit card. So next up we have my save account. And I usually use this account for holding any cash that I need to pay off my credit card each month. And finally we have my offset account. So the money in my offset account offsets the interest that I pay on my mortgage. So my mortgage repayments come out of this account, and whenever there is a surplus in this account, I basically get a discount on the interest on my mortgage based on the amount of money that is in my offset account. So this is how I usually manage these 3 different accounts whenever I get paid each month. So every month when I get paid, I transfer 60% of my income into my offset account. And my offset account basically holds the cash that I will later use for my investing. I then transfer the remaining balance into my save account. So the money in my save account is used for my mortgage. I do have automatic transactions which go from my save account into my offset account each week. And the remaining balance I use for my everyday expenses. And this is the amount of money that I use to pay down my credit card each month. Since I have been tracking my expenses for a really long time, I do know roughly the amount of money that I am spending each month on my credit card. So I am able to save this amount in my savings account so I can pay off my credit card in full each month. I've never had any credit card debt, and I always do like to pay off my credit cards in full. The reason I do like to use credit cards is so that I can redeem it for free flights and free travel from the rewards points. If you are watching this video and you haven't liked this video yet, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more videos about investing and personal finance. So next up, let's talk about how I manage my business and my side hustle income. So each month I also get paid from my multiple different revenue streams, but this money goes into a separate account and I do manage this money separately. My different income streams include my freelance marketing. I have an e-commerce false eyelashes store. I also have YouTube ads and affiliate marketing, and I do have some other smaller sources of income. I do have a separate account for this income to go into and a separate account which I use to manage my business transactions. And the reason why I do have a separate account for this is because it is business income, so I am taxed at a different rate to my personal income. And it's also just so much easier to have all of my business income in a separate account so it doesn't get mixed in with my personal income, because this can make it really difficult at the end of the financial year to do my taxes. So that's the reason why I do split these up and treat them separately. And also a couple of years ago, I worked with my accountant to set up a company and a trust. So technically, the money in my business account isn't really owned by me. So I have 2 separate accounts for my business account. And these are my pay account, which is just the account that I use to make everyday transactions for my business expenses. And I also have a savings account for my business account. And to manage my business business income and my side hustle income and all of my different income streams, I did recently purchase Xero and I started paying for the professional plan. And this just makes it so much easier to see my financial position when it comes to my business and my side hustle income. And it also makes it so much easier at the end of the year to do my taxes, because taxes can get quite complicated when you do have multiple revenue streams. So next up, let's talk about credit cards. So the reason why I do like to use credit cards is because I do like to accumulate points and then redeem those points for free travel. With my rewards points, I've been able to travel on multiple really good flights for free, only paying the airline taxes. And since I have learned how to become quite good with managing my money, I never really overspend on my credit cards. So it definitely is worth it for me because I am getting free points that I can later redeem for free travel and also free benefits as well. Credit cards also have other benefits, including you can get free travel insurance included with your credit card as well. And you also get to pay your expenses 1 month later. So this can make it a lot easier when you are trying to manage your money, especially if you're somebody like me who gets paid monthly from my full-time job. Sometimes it can be difficult to manage when you are getting paid monthly. Do you guys use credit cards or do you use debit cards? Let me know down in the comments below. I know that some people are really against credit cards and I completely understand why, because I think that if you don't pay off your credit card debt each month, it can turn into a little bit of a trap, and it can be really scary because the interest that you are paying on your credit card is really expensive. So I do understand why people do want to stay away from credit cards completely. So one of the reasons why I've become pretty decent with my personal finances and how I've been able to save from 60 to 65% of my income each month is because I go through all of my credit card statements each month with my boyfriend, and we go through every single transaction line by line, and we work out how much money both of us have spent individually, so then we can transfer the money from our savings account to the credit card. And it's almost become a bit of a game between my boyfriend and I. We're always trying to see who can spend the least money each month. I think that now I am definitely a lot more mindful with my spending now that I do have to go through my expenses at the end of each month. So let's jump into investing. So as you know, each month I transfer 60% of my income into my offset account, which will later be used for my stock market investing. And I also do transfer the remaining balance that I do have in my save account if there is any money left over after I pay off my credit card. So every time I've accumulated about $5,000 in my offset account, I make an investment with it. So currently in my portfolio, I do have a range of different ETFs and individual stocks that I do currently hold. And I also do have a little bit of crypto as well. So each month I basically just top up my existing investments. So currently in my portfolio, I have a global ETF, I have a US ETF, I have an Australian ETF, I have an Asian ETF, and I also have a couple of other more niche ETFs based on particular industries that I just really like and think will grow in the future. So each month I make a $5,000 investment into one of these different ETFs. Or if there is an individual stock that I've had my eye on that comes into a really good price range, then I'll invest that $5,000 into that individual stock. Since I am regularly investing and topping up my existing ETFs, I am trying to dollar cost average and really just get the average return of the market. And the website that I use to track all of my stock market portfolio and my crypto investments is called Sharesight. I love using Sharesight because it is really easy to just visually see all of my investments in the one place and see how much money I've made over different time periods. It is also completely free for up to 10 different holdings. So if you'd like to check out Sharesight, I've got a link in my description below, and using my link you'll also get an extra month for free using the Pro plan, and the Pro plan will also give you access to this really cool benchmarking feature which I personally use, and this allows me to benchmark my portfolio based on VAS, which is the Vanguard Australian Shares ETF. And finally, the final personal finance thing that I do each month and each year is I track my net worth. And I find this super motivating for me because when I first started my personal finance journey, my goal was to save for a home deposit. And after I reached that goal, I was kind of thinking, like, now what? What do I do now? Like, I should just probably spend all of my money now that I've reached my goal. But until I started my personal finance journey and I started to have a goal to reach financial independence one day, I really started diligently tracking my net worth. And I find that this is such a motivating thing for me to do each month. So if you're not already tracking your net worth, I do encourage you to do it because it is super exciting to track your net worth and see how far you've come each year. And by the way that you can calculate your net worth is basically your assets minus your liabilities. So assets include things like the value of your home, your stock market portfolio, or things like that, basically investments. And your liabilities or your debt includes things like credit card debt, student loans, the loan that you have on your home, and your net worth is basically the amount of money that you would have if you had to sell everything that you own. There are also some money apps that I do like to use each month just to ensure that I am keeping on track with my spending and my saving and my investing goals. So WeMoney is an app that I use to track my personal finance, and it connects to my credit card and also my investment accounts. So I can easily see my net worth and also how much money I've spent each month with my credit card. WeMoney is a completely free app that you can use, and I've also got a link in my description below to the WeMoney app. And if you sign up using my link, we both get $5. So it's a win-win situation. So I hope you enjoyed this video on how I manage my money and my personal finances. And by the way, I would also love to know what you guys are doing down in the comments below. How are you currently managing your money? If you did like this video, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos about investing and personal finance. And I've also got a link in my description below to my Discord, all of the money apps that I mentioned in this video, and here are some other videos that you can watch over here. I've picked these out specifically for this video, so click through the links and click through to another video.